West Community Stadium in Missouri. Tonight, it's a battle of a couple of second-place teams in each group in their divisions here in USL Championship 2020. Today's match is brought to you by the Cheshire Inn and LHM Hotel. Josh Appel and former MLS player Walde Harris with you here from Missouri West Community Stadium. And as we get a look at these Group E standings, St. Louis FC sitting in second place, 5 points behind Indy 11, 3 points up on Sporting KC 2. Remember, the top two teams in each group advance to the playoffs at the end of the regular season. So Wednesday night, Sporting KC, St. Louis FC matched up here in Fenton, and it was a wild finish, Walden.
Yeah, John Berner getting on the end of it. Not typical goalkeeper coming up to get the header on the ball here, but he keeps things alive. And Fanuel Cavita, look what I found.
A big point for St. Louis FC to put them up 3 in the standings over Sporting KC 2. And you mentioned John Berner was the keeper up in the play who got his head on the ball. He was between the pipes on Wednesday. Tonight, a familiar face, Kyle Morton, the USL leader in saves, one of the best in the league.
Yeah, Kyle's gotten the lion's share of the minutes this year with 450 minutes, 21 saves, only 4 goals allowed, but the biggest highlight is 2 clean sheets. And obviously, St. Louis coming in tonight, looking to keep Tulsa off the board, and Morton's back between the sticks.
He had a league-high 14 clean sheets last year with Pittsburgh. A huge 3 points on the line tonight between 2 second-place teams. St. Louis, Tulsa. Kick and lineups are next.
This year we developed Ale d'Or, which is a beer brewed exclusively for the St. Louis Football Club. We've been partners with STLC for coming up on 3 years now. St. Louis Football Club got some Schlafly, call out our Luligan friends on the side. You'll be able to find Ale d'Or obviously out at Soccer Park and then at your local grocery in and around St. Louis, so we're really excited to get it out there in the market. We're excited to debut it in 16-ounce cans for the upcoming season.
When you need quality electrical work for your home or business, look to the electricalconnection.org. Created as a partnership between IBEW Local 1 electricians and the St. Louis chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association, the Electrical Connection has been setting the standard for electrical excellence in St. Louis for over 100 years. You can depend on our highly skilled and trained workforce, your #1 source for quality electrical and communication contractors, electricalconnection.org.
Welcome back to West Community Stadium. Tonight's match is brought to you by the Cheshire Inn and LHM Hotel. St. Louis FC, FC Tulsa. Josh Appel and Walde Harris with you from Fenton, Missouri. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Schlafly. And Walde, here is how Tulsa lines up. 5 in the back.
Yeah, they're on the road, second game in a couple days, and they just want to make sure they keep things tight in the back with dangerous guys up front for St. Louis, and then look to catch St. Louis on the counter.
Michael Niasen in his 3rd year, the head coach for FC Tulsa. And now for St. Louis, a little bit of a different look for Steve Tritschut tonight. We've seen him go 3 in the back the last few games. Tonight, he has 4 back there, and you might notice a name missing, no Tobe Adewale for the 2nd straight game.
Yeah, Coach Tritschut switching to a back 4, which will allow him to allow the guys in the midfield to be a little bit more dynamic, knowing that they have people behind them in G and Brian. So they're just looking to be, cause problems for Tulsa, especially in the middle of the park, and then look to get the ball up to Cicerone, Greg, and Dakers up front.
And now tonight's player to watch, presented to you by Schlafly. It's Kyle Gregg. Greg and his wife Emily welcome the new baby boy in late July. Tonight, he's our player to watch, getting the start up front for St. Louis FC.
Proven goal scorer, works very hard on both sides of the ball, and just inches away from a nice diving header in the last game. So I know he'll be hungry to get on the scoreboard tonight.
Greg is the 6th all-time leading scorer in USL Championship history, and here he is tonight, getting the start up front for St. Louis FC. St. Louis FC coming into this one tonight, 3-2-1. See fans in attendance here in West Community Stadium, all wearing their face masks. That's good to see, all socially distant as well. And we are about to get underway here from Fenton, Missouri. Josh Appel, Wolde Harris with you. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. A huge 3 points on the line for St. Louis FC, sitting in 2nd place in Group E. FC Tulsa, off to their best start through 3 games in club history. One of 4 unbeatens left in the USL Championship.
Thank you.
DaCosta will get us started for SC Tulsa. FC Tulsa yet to play a home match. For both teams, this is one of their 3 non-group matches in the 2020 season. St. Louis FC coming off of that dramatic draw 72 hours ago. This is their 2nd match in 72 hours and 3rd in about a week. Walde, as someone who coached in this league for a while, you're used to some sort of schedule like this. How can so many games compacted in such a short time affect the play?
Well, the depth of your roster definitely comes into question. And Wednesday night, Coach Tritchu had the luxury of resting a couple players, especially a guy that's on the ball right now, Todd Morton. And, you know, he's looking for guys like this to come in fresh and impose himself on the game.
Well, that's one of the things different in St. Louis this year. A lot of depth, both up front, on the back line as well. Ball to the edge of the area. Header on, easy pickings for Kyle Morton, 26-year-old who leads the USL Championship in saves with 21 this season. Leader in clean sheets as well last year. As you get a look at Steve Tritchu.
Mask in tow.
Steve in his first season with St. Louis FC after 4 seasons with Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Well, you and Steve coached together for a while in this league up in Colorado.
Yes, we know each other really well, even before that, from times with the Colorado Rapids from 1997 to 99.
Such an interesting story for how he ended up with the head coaching job in St. Louis. Originally was brought in to coach one of the academy teams. And then after Anthony Pulis went down to be an assistant with Inter Miami in MLS, St. Louis said, "Hey, Steve, why don't you come up here and coach up here in USL Championship again?" And he has St. Louis playing some pretty good soccer, although when we talked to him this week, he told us, look, I'm happy with where we are. I thought on Wednesday we probably should have had 3 points. Happy to escape with the 1. We feel like we're playing well. We just got to capitalize and finish in the attacking third.
Yeah, they created a number of chances and a couple of half chances as well. Just couldn't find the back of the net. So Coach Tritchu is looking to see if they could finish their chances tonight and put Tulsa under pressure.
Cicerone, who got off to a hot start to the year, but has since cooled down a bit. St. Louis needs more out of their midfield. On paper, you think they should be a lot more productive, but so far, they had kind of a lapse. Again, they haven't been able to finish on their chances.
Yeah, that's one of the things that happens when you have a stop or a stop-start in the season. You lose a little bit of continuity off that first game that they won with a number of goals coming in. So they're just looking to get back on track in terms of goal scoring, and the midfield definitely plays a huge role in the service up to whoever's playing up top, whether it's Greg or Blackwood.
We'll likely see Blackwood later on, but it's Kyle Gregg who gets the start tonight. A goal in 3 games this season. FC Tulsa coming off of a marathon in their last match that started on July 31st and ended in the early morning of August 1st.
I can't imagine how that played on the players, but they were able to keep their composure and keep their mentality very positive, even after such a long delay, and still come out with a win.
It's Michael Nielsen, FC Tulsa coaching his 2nd season. A potential chance here for St. Louis. Sent in, nice defensive work by Tulsa. Like that was Kwambe who got his head on.
Yeah, very positive from St. Louis, putting balls into the box, asking questions of the back 4 early on, and that's what Greg's going to need going down the stretch, is a lot of service.
Sean Lewis, the starter, in goal for FC Tulsa. Just underway here. Cicerone pressures. Tulsa able to handle it for the moment.
Yeah, Tulsa doing a good job of keeping possession here. Over the last couple games that I've watched, they've done a really good job of putting their foot on the ball. Guys occupying good passing angles and good angles of support, and they're able to keep possession, albeit in their half of the field. Now can they do the same in the attacking half?
Almost a whistle there. Now the whistle goes.
Tulsa applying a little bit of pressure high up the field. This is something Coach NCN talked about, turning the ball over high up the field, putting pressure on the back 4, see if they can nick things and just create chances from there.
Here comes St. Louis. G for Cicerone. Towards the middle. Cicerone will try. A little off target. Walde. So we take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Schlafly. What do we got for both sides tonight?
That's something that we just saw with Cicerone coming out from the outside in. Utilization of the wings, and obviously we spoke about the finishing already. And for Tulsa, see if they could sit back, just absorb the pressure and look to catch St. Louis on the counter.
Just 4 goals in 3 games for Tulsa. So they'll have their hands full with the stout defensive club in St. Louis, who again is without Toby Adewale tonight, one of the best defenders in USL Championship. It was interesting, Steve Tritcher told us earlier this week that if it was a must-win scenario, Adewale probably would have played on Wednesday, but he had a little bit of a tight hamstring. They said they'd reevaluate yesterday, and obviously the decision was to hold him out for another match. But again, a lot of depth on the back end for St. Louis. A nice move here. Here's a shot on goal and a save made by Sean Lewis, keeping this game scoreless in the 7th minute.
That's Dakers coming in on the right foot there, just cutting in, getting a little bit of daylight and taking the shot. Great reaction save there from Lewis.
St. Louis FC fans, your health and safety at West Community.
Coming in on the right foot, Dakers just seeing a little bit of daylight and finding that back post, but Lewis was in a good position to parry.
St. Louis wasn't happy with the whistle there. Jervis Santagana, the referee.
Very positive from St. Louis so far, very compact when they're defending, and then when they're attacking, guys are getting the numbers into the attack, especially in those wide areas that Coach Stritcher talked about earlier in the week.
Bird. Again, defended nicely. Ayagua. Tulsa ends up with it anyways.
Yeah, you can look for Maloto to be right in the center of the park. and be behind. Be a catalyst for a lot of the play coming out of the back. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time for Tulsa, especially when the other team's looking to counter. So,
well, what can Tulsa do better in the attacking third? Obviously, we mentioned 4 goals in 3 games. Do you attribute that to, we mentioned it a little bit, but do you attribute that more to rust from a kind of an uncertain start to the season, or more structurally how they're playing?
I think they need more games. I think they just need to play a little bit more, learn each other's patterns and movement, and obviously the combination play will come off that. But I just think they just need a couple more games to settle in, and you'll see the talents, the individual talents come to the fore.
If the season ended today, both these teams would be going to the playoffs. Obviously, we're still pretty early on. This is one of 3 non-group matches for both teams in 2020. We mentioned the long delay that Tulsa had in their last match against RGV, the 2-1 win. Game started at the normal time on July 31st and ended at about 1:32 in the morning the next, obviously, day on August 1st, but they also haven't played a home match yet, and they've had 1 postponed due to cautions regarding COVID-19. So it's been a rough start regardless this year for FC Tulsa. Now we have a change, and it'll be a free kick for St. Louis FC in just a moment. Got started a bit too early.
Yeah, when you have a little bit of a stop-start within the season, it's tough to keep your focus mentally, and you're itching to play games, but the games aren't coming as quickly as you'd like, and it's a testament to Coach Incian's preparation and his methodology to keep these guys going and still be undefeated, even though not playing as many games as the St. Louis.
You look at how this team has been built over the last couple of years. There was a time, you look back to 2018 to 2019, they only had 1 returning player going into the 2019 season. Coming into this one, a lot more continuity. Incian's in his 3rd year. They're clearly starting to build something in a positive direction with this Tulsa club.
Right, I think they returned 8 or 9 players and built from that core group, and it's paid dividends so far.
Made some nice additions to the club as well this year. As did St. Louis, honestly. And they might have had the 2 best pickups in the league coming over from Pittsburgh, and Kyle Morton and Adewale. I mentioned Tulsa in 2nd place in their group. They're tied with OKC Energy FC, but they have the tiebreaker. 2 less games. San Antonio FC comfortably atop Group D. RGV FC in some tough times right now, still winless. Fall gets taken down. Nice sportsmanship there from Iagua. Nice little pat on the back.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing at that point in time. I'll take a look at the replay here. He's on the wrong side of Wallfall there and just made sure that Wallfall didn't go any further. Lucky to escape a yellow card.
Wallfall led Ottawa Fury FC last year with 10 goals, but has yet to score in 2020. Again, a lot of goal-scoring potential on paper for this St. Louis FC team. And that's something we'll follow throughout the night. Steve Churcher just wants to see his team capitalize on their chances and finish more opportunities.
Yeah, he alluded to the fact that the stop in play and stop in the league kind of hurt their continuity in terms of goal scoring. So we'll just see if they can pick up on where they left off for the first game of the season.
Greg headed into the danger area, but only white shirts there. Tulsa escapes momentarily, now sends it all the way down. Tulsa with something brewing. Play still alive, the edge of the 18, and finally cleared out by Kavita, who had the game-tying goal in stoppage time off the corner on Wednesday night.
Yeah, that's what you can expect from Ariel Martinez. He's looking to go 1v1, looking to get anything in and around the box, to get in the box and get a shot off, or to set someone up for a cross or an assist.
Ariel Martinez ended up scoring the game-winning goal against RGV, a penalty in the 74th minute, just 3 minutes. Here's a shot on and a diving save made by Morton. He's tested for the first time. It'll be a corner kick for FC Tulsa, but Martinez in the 74th minute, a nice response 3 minutes later for the go-ahead goal in that marathon of a match last week for Tulsa. Take a look at that save again.
Yeah, Maloto just finding himself alone at the top of the box, having to go. Morton in the right position. Conceding a corner, but in the right position, making the save.
Tomas Gomez, the keeper for St. Louis FC last year. He's now in Pittsburgh with his former head coach Bob Lilly, whom he played for with Rochester back in 2016 and 17. And swinging corner, punched out by Morton. Kept alive, sent in, and cleared momentarily. Martinez. Flipped in, right to Morton.
Yeah, just trying to be dangerous down the left side. Martinez looking for DaCosta, but he's outnumbered in the middle, and it's an easy catch there for Kyle Morton.
DaCosta on the All-USL Championship second team last year. In his second season with FC Tulsa, finished second in the league in assists last season with 13. Was the fourth most in a single season in USL Championship history. Again, you look on paper, both these teams, you feel like they should do a little bit more scoring. But sometimes just not that simple. I thought it was funny on our call with Steve Trichu. You know, he was asked if you can take anything away from the preseason match these two teams played against each other back in March. And not in a disrespectful way, but he pretty much laughed it off and said, look, that was March. We're in August now. That's 5 months in between. So much has changed. We've had a restart, different format, and we're getting our legs back underneath us. And there's not really much you could take from a preseason match back then.
Yeah, it's been a while since these guys have been on the pitch, and you know it's going to take a little while for them to get adjusted and back to where they were, especially coming out of preseason, and finding the chemistry to create goal-scoring chances and actually put them in the back of the net. So hopefully things will progress and we will have a barn burner going forward.
St. Louis FC is 7-2-1 all-time against Tulsa, including 4-0-1 at home. And this is a place that St. Louis FC very successful. 2-0-1 this year and a goal differential of +4. Dakers. Little give and go with Cicerone, but the touch too strong by Dakers. Nice looking start there, but it fell apart.
Yeah, good looking play. Good interchange. Dakers moving over to the left-hand side, and that's St. Louis. They're going to be fluid. Players are going to occupy different positions, and they're going to look to make combination play, get in behind, and find those 1v1 opportunities.
Since 1947, Select has been a leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. St. Louis and FC Tulsa. Still scoreless as we approach the 18th minute. That's a mistake there from Tulsa.
Yeah, tough and kind of interesting choice.
You don't really give yourself much options when you send one that close to the sideline and trying to get something started. You just give away possession like that.
Very little space, but they're trying to utilize that space in between the outside back and the midfield. And it just didn't come off, didn't work that time.
St. Louis trying to put some pressure on. And a whistle. This might be our first booking of the night, and it is. You see Oscar Umar playing with that face shield. He suffered a facial fracture against Indy earlier this season. Referee saying social distancing, please. Social distancing. What do you think of this call?
Well, it could be reckless play, dangerous challenge there. from Umar. I don't have the angle of the referee, but obviously he saw something that we didn't see, and decided to give a warning to Umar. He's trying to argue his case here, but it's going to be futile.
I want to pick up on something you just touched on, Walde, and how Tulsa's trying to exploit some of the open space that St. Louis FC is giving them. And that was something that you and I were talking about before the game, which was that in this formation, St. Louis FC is a little bit vulnerable.
Well, in between
in
those,
that sense,
in that sense, in those, they give up that area of space,
right.
And that's something that I'm pretty sure Coach Trichu, knows and has prepared for, and his players will adjust as the game go along. And you saw it actually on the goal kick that there was pressure on the ball in that space. So, but if that's something that Tulsa is looking to exploit, then they'd have to do a better job of playing out his back.
When St. Louis is at their best, what formation are they playing out of? As I know we've seen in the last couple of matches play with 3 in the back. Tonight we saw they're going back with 4. And that could obviously change later on. But which do you think St. Louis has more effectiveness playing in?
Well, I've only seen them play a handful of times. And the times that they played with 3 in the back, the wing backs really get into the attack and cause problems.
That's what Steve Trichu wants.
Cause problems, right. But they do the same with playing 4 in the back. It just depends on the opponent. So to answer your question, either or, they're going to get those wing backs into the attack, and how the function of the forward, the wide forwards, to be inverted and come inside would facilitate the wing backs getting up there. So how they are in transition, I think Steve puts a lot of emphasis on in transition. But going forward, he definitely wants the wing backs to get in the attack.
Fall goes down. DaCosta into the box. A chance for FC Tulsa. Oh, nice defensive work from Umar, stifling that chance. It looked like a golden opportunity for FC Tulsa and Moloto.
Yeah, not expecting Moloto to be in that position. I'm pretty sure he probably found the ball found at his feet. He was surprised as well. Just a little bit slow in turning and getting a shot off, allowing the defender to recover. But Moloto not afraid to get forward.
21st minute, that was really the first opportunity that Tulsa had on goal. They really haven't threatened much other than that.
No, but they seem to be growing in confidence in the game.
Martinez gets around one. Martinez, save made by Morton. Martinez working against Bryan. That's deflected off the scoreboard. It'll be a corner for St. Louis.
Yes, Ariel Martinez having a good time on the left-hand side there. He's left one-on-one, and that's what he likes to do, go one-on-one. Get into the box, have a shot or a cross. Morton came up big here again.
As defenders, do you think having a guy like Morton standing behind you gives them a little more confidence to be more aggressive?
Yeah, he's barking out instructions as to where he wants the attacking player to go, where he wants the defender to shape the play, and it makes his job easier, if the player is at an acute angle.
Going back to math class, talking about acute angles. Here's the second corner of the night for Tulsa. Throw in once again.
Tulsa doing a good job here of keeping the pressure on St. Louis.
They withstood that early pressure, and now they're getting a chance at it themselves. Low cross. Flicked up. Cleared away for the moment. And now Tulsa will just reset.
A little bit of patience on the ball here from Tulsa, inviting St. Louis to come forward and press them. Hopefully they could open up spaces in the midfield and even over the top.
Long ball. Morton and aggressive. Looked like some indecision for a moment, but once he committed, he was able to get there. Morton.
Diego Costa just had Diego Costa. I mean, confusing the Costa with Diego Costa. That's not good. But just playing that ball over the top, he's looking to get in, but he had 2 defenders on him, so Morton easily came out and collected.
Throw in for St. Louis. Trying to remain unbeaten at home and give themselves some more breathing room. In Group E, Indy 11 also in action tonight at Lou City. That's the 1 and the 4 in Group E right now. Some room for Maloto. DaCosta trying to sneak it through, wasn't able to. Marlone, back heel flip. Good pressure and cleared away by St. Louis.
Yeah, Tulsa had an opportunity to counter there. The speed was just not quick enough in order to take advantage of the numbers.
Solomon Kwambe, who as a youngster in Nigeria was on the same kind of watch lists with guys like Mo Salah and Solomon Asante, who's been a prolific scorer in USL Championship. Kwambe, the 26-year-old. St. Louis has not been happy with the officiating in this first half.
Yeah, I'm not sure what referee Tagana saw there. But he's giving a free kick to Tulsa in a dangerous area.
Kavita wearing the captain's armband for St. Louis. So you take another look.
The ball just bouncing around. Things got a little bit chippy. Ball here. That's Umar coming over the back of Bird.
It had to be on him.
Umar has to be careful. He's already in the referee's book.
Dangerous spot if you're St. Louis. FC Tulsa trying to strike here in the first half. Missed everything. Actually hit the security guard.
A little bit left to be desired there from that free kick, but wasted opportunity.
That was Kwambe. Did last night's cleaning crew drop the ball? Call the pros at Janney King for a free cleaning quote and get the winning service you deserve. In the first 18 minutes or so of this first half, St. Louis FC really dictated play, but since then, it's been FC Tulsa who's been in control, and St. Louis kind of playing back on their heels. Let's see if they can apply some more pressure here as we move along in the first half.
Yeah, the speed of play just slowed down for St. Louis. The movement off the ball slowed down as well, and they're just finding it difficult to play through the lines as they like to do. Obviously, Tulsa on the other end of it have done a good job of staying compact.
Cicerone into the middle for Fall. Now Wharton. He got dispossessed. Now FC Tulsa will counter. Nicely done by Kavita to step in front of it and keep it on this half of the field. G. You see all the way up in the play. Fink plays it to Wharton.
This is better from St. Louis, just putting their foot on the ball, finding a little bit of rhythm in the game, and looking to prod and probe to see where they can find spaces to exploit, especially in the midfield.
You know, as the team that isn't playing their second match in 72 hours, you would think they'd be able to keep up that kind of pressure just from stamina perspective because they're more well rested. Ball in handled by Sean Lewis. St. Louis just, you know, obviously still trying to find their legs. Both these teams are, but they've played a lot more in a shorter amount of time. And so actually that leads me to this question, Walde. Would you rather be the team that has a week off when you're still trying to find your legs and your match fitness, or would you rather be the team that has 2 games in 72 hours?
Well, with the depth that St. Louis has, I definitely want to be the team that's played a couple games, have our legs underneath us, and have a little bit of continuity.
Cicerone, wow, that looked like it was heading for a corner, and then it deflected back off of him. And so it ends up with St. Louis FC.
Yeah, looking to have a little bit more from Cicerone. He's a player that's very skillful, can go 1v1, has decent speed, and has a decent shot as well. So look at the replay here. He's looking to get down the line and put this ball across. Would love to see him go at the defender there. Ask questions to the defender. Are you going to tackle? See if anything opens up, and even try to find the far post.
Cicerone in his 2nd season as with St. Louis FC. Solomon Kwambe is the player down for FC Tulsa, as we'll head to our water break in the first half as see the trainer for FC Tulsa give the thumbs down. That's not a good sign if you're an FC Tulsa fan.
Doesn't look like it can continue. He's in a bit of pain. The trainer rubbing the back of his leg there. Maybe it's a hamstring. We'll have to just wait and see.
Take the hydration break as well. Kwambe, double-digit appearances for the Super Eagles, Nigeria, national team. So we mentioned earlier, FC Tulsa played that marathon of a match against RGV FC on the road. Now let's take a look back at that. Here was the penalty in the 74th minute, the game winner by Ariel Martinez. This was 3 minutes after RGV had tied it. And remember, this match took 6+ hours to finish. Lightning delays early on. First goal was scored on Friday night, and the game winner was scored on Saturday morning. And now Tulsa, who is yet to play a home match this year, stays on the road. A tough test at St. Louis, and so far, over the last 10 or so minutes, they've been the team that's dictated play.
Yeah, watch that game, and actually RGV controlled a lot of the first half and created some decent chances, but definitely credit to Tulsa for keeping the mentality, especially after such a long delay, and we're able to get the victory at the end.
Don't miss a minute of the action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your club and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on your club's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Josh Appel, former MLSer Walde Harris with you. Walde also a former assistant coach and interim coach with Colorado Springs. Hydration break just ended. We're ready to start again as Solomon Kwambe comes out, and Vangel Zaguro will enter, the Albanian. Spent last year with Chattanooga Red Wolves of USL League One. Finished 2nd in the league, most among defenders with 7 assists. This is just his 2nd appearance of the year. This substitution brought to you by Cigna. Zaguro in for Kwambe because of injury.
The Tulsa have done a good job playing out of the back so far. We'll see how this substitution, or substitution I should say, affects how they play out and how they defend. Hopefully they can continue doing the same as they've done so far. But St. Louis always asking questions.
Cicerone tees it up, gets deflected on. Greg loses the battle there as Sean Lewis snares it. And then he goes down, but no intent from Greg. Again, congratulations to Kyle and his wife Emily, and a baby boy Oliver at the end of July.
St. Louis pressing a little bit higher than they've pressed earlier in the match, trying to force the play inside. Garcia's an experienced player, so he'll know what to do with it.
Martinez for DaCosta. Sends one in, header on. Oh, just trickled wide. from Marlone. Great ball in from Martinez. Marlone just off the mark.
Super ball in for Martinez. Just unlucky, a little bit misguided header there. Went by the upright. But Marlone in the right place at the right time.
In the 34th minute.
As you can see, this ball comes back to Martinez, whips it in, and Marlone's at the back post.
Doesn't get much closer.
Inches.
Could argue that's the best opportunity for either side tonight.
Definitely.
34th minute at West Community Stadium in Fenton. Fall, spin, goes across the pitch. Dakers chases it down in the corner. Dakers headed away. Sheldon with speed. Trying to go around G, and G does a very nice job defending that.
Yeah, that was great 1v1 defending from Paris G, just standing him up.
G is saying he's not the last one to touch it. 26-year-old Canadian. Used to play for Tulsa. Scored 3 goals and had 6 assists in 33 games in 2017. 52 games total for Tulsa. Now he's with St. Louis.
Yeah, you see G just getting a toe on the ball there. He thought that nicked off Sheldon to go out for a goal kick, but AR was right there, making the right call.
Here's the corner. Long one. And that's another corner. Just kidding. Might be a throw-in. Hit the flag. And it is indeed a throw-in. Zagoro does the honors, and St. Louis clears for the moment. Dakers. Ryan clears. Tulsa keeps possession alive. G steps up. Here comes St. Louis on the counter. Cicerone with some space. Slides it into the middle, and it's cleared away.
That was a great step up there by Paris G to intercept the ball in the midfield and start the counter. Just unfortunate they couldn't get on the end of Cicerone's pass at the end there, but they did create a corner and another goal-scoring opportunity coming up here for St. Louis.
First corner of the night for St. Louis. When St. Louis is at their best, that's exactly what Steve Tritchard wants to see. His guys on the back end get up into the offense, get up into the attack. And G is the one who started that play.
Good anticipation there by G, just stepping up into the midfield. Unfortunately, they didn't get as many numbers into the box with that counter as they'd like.
Morton, that go off the post? I think it might have. Morton off the corner, it grazed off ahead and then off the right post. Take a look in just a moment. And that's a foul on FC Tulsa. Take another look at that corner. Nice ball in from Morton.
Nice little flick on at the front post there by Kyle Gregg, just coming off the post at the back end. You see him coming in from inside out. Oh, just inches, inches.
Both teams coming just close.
But credit to Fanny Kavita to keep the ball alive in the corner and win another corner kick. Actually won a free kick.
Essentially in the same spot, just a few feet in. The former Virginia Cavalier national champion sends it in, and that's long.
And I'm pretty sure Coach Tritchard won't be happy with that service, especially from that area of the pitch. Should put the ball in a more dangerous area to.
Feels like a wasted opportunity.
Oh, definitely a wasted opportunity.
Earn, save, spend, and learn with Greenlight, the debit card to kids that parents manage by app. Sign up today at greenlightcard.com and get 1 month for free. Josh Appel, Wolde Harris with you. Still no score between St. Louis FC and FC Tulsa here from West Community Stadium. Both teams in second place in their divisions. Tulsa in Group D, St. Louis in Group E.
Things getting a little chippy.
Been a very competitive first half. Paris G says, I got it. I got it. Looks like Paris G just paid a visit to the barbershop. It's a nice fade he's got going there.
Clean cut.
I'm going bald, so I can't really get that.
Likewise, my friend.
Hey.
Likewise.
Embrace it.
Can't help it.
Well, that too. You're forced to embrace it. Oy. Bourgeois plays it back for Lewis. Lewis was the starter in goal for 5 of the 8 Tulsa wins a season ago. Spent 17 and 18 with Penn FC. G leaves it back.
St. Louis is doing a good job, especially when Tulsa has goal kicks or anything playing out of the back, of really pushing up and pressing them and funneling them into those wide areas, and G has been able to pick off a couple balls from them playing out of the back.
Scramble for it. They play on. Into the open area. St. Louis wants to hurry. Dakers sends one low and just wide. You have a feeling that it's only a matter of time before one of these two teams breaks through.
Well, as we see on the replay here, Dakers picks the ball up, but Akers has space in front of him. Looks to get the shot off, just didn't catch it cleanly, albeit just 3 or 4 feet off the far post. Still wasn't on target. I'm pretty sure Coach Tritchu will have a word at halftime, see if we can get these shots on target and ask questions of the Tulsa goalkeeper.
Daker's not afraid clearly to tee it up from that far out. It's the second time he's done it tonight.
Yeah, the first one I think he caught a little bit cleaner than he did the second, but the mentality is right.
Right. Well, if you're a team that's struggling to score, never a bad idea to try on goal.
Especially if you don't have the numbers in attack that you'd want in and around the ball to play combination play and break the defense down any further. You have to take those opportunities to have a strike.
Some creativity from Martinez in the middle. And now Tulsa regroups Zaguro. Came on for Kwambe, who's out with an injury. Martinez. Flicked on to nobody, and Paris G can get rid of it.
A little bit of miscue up front there by Tulsa. But St. Louis will definitely take it.
Martinez again, pressured by Morton.
Seen a bit of rotation up front by Tulsa, with Martinez coming to the inside and Marlone going over to the left-hand side. Just a little bit of interplay. See if they could confuse things, find a little bit of different spaces in front of that St. Louis back 4 and behind the defensive midfielder, St. Louis. And Tulsa is finding pay dirt, playing through the lines.
Second minute of the first half. A nice crowd on hand here. Outside, all wearing masks. Corner for Tulsa. Handled easily, but Martinez ends up with it. Leaves it, the shot on, and it's in the back of the net. From way out. Tulsa strikes first.
Wanted to strike there from Bird. Looks like it took a deflection on the way. Wrong footing, Morton going to his left, and that ball took a deflection going to his right. Hopefully we could see it on the replay here, but set up perfectly by Martinez. Just rolled into his path. Bird stepping into it. 1-0 Tulsa.
It's almost like a one-timer in hockey the way he was set up there, and Eric Bird has his first goal of 2020, and it comes in the 43rd minute. road lead for FC Tulsa in the latter stages of the first half.
Yeah, let's see if St. Louis can respond and up the tempo, up the pressure as they've done right now, and get one back before the half.
St. Louis unbeaten at home this season. Cicerone for Greg, and it's through him. That's a foul on Kavita.
All hands on deck, literally.
Kavita had the goal in stoppage time to earn the point on Wednesday against Sporting KC2.
He knows how dangerous DaCosta can be, and he's not going to allow him to turn there or control the ball.
Tulsa goal scored by number 8, Eric Bird. The assist to number 6, Ariel Martinez, in the 43rd minute. Bird from Martinez.
For Martinez, that's his first assist of the year.
Yeah, you see him drifting over to the right-hand side here, starting on the left, now he's drifting onto the right, popping up in the little pockets of space and causing a little bit of trouble to St. Louis, the St. Louis back four.
Marlone. Brian on him.
Yeah, St. Louis just sitting off and defending a little bit deep, but there's no pressure on the ball. And Tulsa is having a fine time of just passing the ball around the top of the box and picking their opportunity to shoot from distance.
Goal kick for Kyle Morton. One nothing in favor of FC Tulsa. The indication is 3 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time is presented by Paycor. Need more time in your business? Contact Paycor to handle your payroll and human resource needs. Here's Moloto down the right side. A late push from FC Tulsa, and sliding in front of it, Sam Fink to break up the pass.
Fink doing a great job of tracking there as Moloto looking to find DaCosta on the back post. This is when St. Louis is dangerous. When they switch the point of attack and get balls wide, they find a lot of space in the middle and create dangerous opportunities. I'm just surprised that they're not doing more of that, especially playing out of the back.
Just like they're about to have here. And again, you mentioned the chippiness earlier. That's Ariel Martinez not happy with Todd Wharton right there.
Well, with this proximity to halftime, you know, being on the defensive side, you don't want to give up anything. And obviously Martinez wants to protect this 1-0 lead going into the half. Unfortunately, he created a foul, which has given St. Louis an excellent opportunity.
Martinez, a member of the USL Team of the Week in Week 6. Again, look at Steve Tritchu, his team down 1-0 at home, nearing the end of this first half. But a chance to potentially even up things as time winds down in the first half.
Coach Tritchu looking for Morton. Either for a dangerous service here or pop it goal.
Second time tonight they've tried that off a set piece and it hasn't been close.
Yeah, the quality just hasn't been there on the dead balls. But I'm pretty sure Coach Tritchu is now contemplating what shifts, what adjustments to make at the half to get their team playing a little bit quicker and taking advantage of those spaces on the flanks. That's where Tulsa is giving them space.
I was just about to ask where you think they can adjust in the second half, because I don't think they've played poorly necessarily. I just think FC Tulsa has come out here on the road and played really well.
Right, Tulsa has done a good job of keeping the ball, moving the ball around, 1 or 2 touches, shifting the defense, and then finding those penetrating passes in key areas, especially in the attacking third, in and around the top of the box, getting the ball wide to both to Marlone and Martinez. And DaCosta has done a good job of holding the ball up for the most part. but I just think that you just need a lot more energy out of St. Louis right now. The ball has to move quicker in the attack, and as I said before, changing the point of attack over the top, wall falls, done it a couple times, and so has Fink playing out of the back. They've found success down the flanks doing that, and they just need to do more of it, and then the combination play at the top of the box will open up for them.
You gotta wonder if there are any changes not only to the formation, but maybe the personnel on the pitch. Morton scoops that one. Maybe some substitutions coming at halftime or early in the second half. Expect to see Tyler Blackwood at some point.
Yeah, or even a Joaquin Rivas or more Sam.
And that will do it for the first half from West Community Stadium.
Tulsa 1, St. Louis FC
Tulsa
0.
leading St. Louis FC at the break 1-0 on the Eric Berg goal near the end of the first half in the 43rd minute. Here it is, the deflection, no chance for Morton, and it's 1-0 to Tulsa after one half.
Beer options are available at all stands, including the Buck.
This year we developed Ale d'Or, which is a beer brewed exclusively for the St. Louis Football Club. We've been partners with STLC for coming up on 3 years now. St. Louis Football Club, got some Schlafly, call out our Luligan friends on the side. You'll be able to find Ale d'Or obviously out at Soccer Park and then at your local grocery in and around St. Louis, so we're really excited to get it out there in the market. We're excited to debut it in 16-ounce cans for the upcoming season.
As funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on your dreams. And if I didn't think it was worth one try, I'd jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly.
When facing a divorce or other family law matter, you may feel lost and betrayed by those you loved. Although you may feel alone, it's important to have hope. At Stange Law Firm, we limit our practice to family law matters because we understand that nothing is more important than your family. We are there when you need us most. No matter the family law issue, we are here to help you rebuild your life.
Welcome back to West Community Stadium in Fenton, Missouri. 1-0 FC Tulsa over St. Louis FC at the break. Josh Appel, Walde Harris with you as now we take a look at the USL Championship Player of the Month nominees.
Thank you for your support of St. Louis FC.
And now Pasher. This has to be it now. Pasher stepping inside. Can he grab the extra points? Pasher! Oh, what a win for Indy at the death!
Come back. Asante going for goal. What a strike. Catching Romero off his line. Phoenix makes it 3. And Asante showing his MVP form here tonight.
Sitting 2 behind Michael Chang after his 4 assists so far this year. Forbes serves this one in. Floated to the far post, knocked out, and it's in. Pittsburgh on the road gets the early lead.
Rolled through. He's on. He is absolutely on. Lapa. Lapa scores! Give him 2!
Two-man wall. A lot of players occupying space right at the top of the 6. Lancaster, oh, was punched away by Morton. Well done by the St. Louis goalkeeper.
A lot of good nominees there as now we take a look at our USL Championship Team of the Week. Walde, anything jump out at you here?
Chris Rehan, 4 for 4. 4 goals in 4 games.
Step aside, come back with our first half stats. 1-0 Tulsa at the break.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. George Champus from Northwestern and U.S. Soccer's Chief Medical Officer joins me. Coach, try and describe, as soccer has returned around the country over the past month, the work that you and the doctors at U.S. Soccer and in association with the USL Championship, the work you've put in to make sure everybody remains safe for athletes, staff, referees, and in some cases, fans.
Well, Mike, first, it's great to be with you, and watching the USL getting back on the field is really a special thing. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been a collaboration across, I think, our sport in the United States. I think it's what's been really, while we've seen so many challenges with regards to COVID, one of the really good things is seeing, all of the leagues come together, from USL to CONCACAF to NWSL to MLS to NISA, all of us really banding together as a single sport to find a pathway that is first and foremost healthy, and putting our players and all of the staff, coaches, announcers, referees, a top priority. And then subsequent to that was looking at our youth game, that we as a federation, can we create a very responsible guideline that really resonates across the sport.
Welcome back to what is now a rainy West Community Stadium in Fenton, Missouri. St. Louis FC down 1-0 at the break. 2FC Tulsa, Josh Appel, Walde Harris with you as we take a look at our USL news and notes. Lou City breaks ground on their 30,000 square foot training complex. Will also host their NWSL and Academy sides. New coach on the block as well. Philadelphia Union 2 wins their first match Wednesday under interim head coach Marlon LeBlanc. You can vote for the July Player of the Month at www.uslchampionship.com. Get your vote in by 12 o'clock Eastern on Monday. Take a look at our Group E standings. There you see St. Louis FC sitting in second, 5 points behind Indy 11, who right now at the half trails Lou City 1-0. So big implications there at the top of the table in Group E. If St. Louis can earn a victory and come back from this 1-0 deficit in the second half, they could find themselves 2 points behind Indy 11 if they don't come back in their match. And now FC Tulsa's group, Group D, they're in second as well. San Antonio in pretty high command of this table. Tulsa, OKC, and Austin Bold all with 1 win apiece, and RGV FC still in search of its first victory of the year. FC Tulsa, though, 104 remaining unbeatens in USL Championship. 1-0 FC Tulsa over St. Louis FC at the half. Stats and more after this.
Do you think he's ready for a debit card?
Mm-hmm.
He's on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
The Greenlight app and debit card makes it easy to manage your kids' money and brings you peace of mind.
He has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
With Greenlight, kids form smart money habits that prepare them for their futures.
Did you know about this?
Thank you. Greenlight, all the tools you need to raise financially smart kids.
This year we've developed Ale d'Or, which is a beer brewed exclusively for the St. Louis Football Club. We've been partners with STLC for coming up on 3 years now. St. Louis Football Club, got some Schlafly, call out our Luligan friends on the side. You'll be able to find Ale d'Or obviously out at Soccer Park and then at your local grocery in and around St. Louis, so we're really excited to get it out there in the market. We're excited to debut it in 16-ounce cans for the upcoming season.
When you need quality electrical work for your home or business, look to the electricalconnection.org. Created as a partnership between IBEW Local 1 electricians and the St. Louis chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association, the Electrical Connection has been setting the standard for electrical excellence in St. Louis for over 100 years. You can depend on our highly skilled and trained workforce, your #1 source for quality electrical and communication contractors, electricalconnection.org.
Welcome back to West Community Stadium. Rain coming down a little bit, but not hard enough where the fans in their masks here have to take cover. 1-0 FC Tulsa with the road lead. Josh Appel, Wolde Harris with you, and let's take a look at how we got to this point. Our first half highlights. Tulsa was tested early on. They withstood that pressure. Here's Sean Lewis making an early big save.
Yeah, Dacre just were coming in on his right foot from the right side. Saw a little bit of daylight and went for it. Great save.
Now on the other end, it was FC Tulsa applying the pressure, and Kyle Morton, who's making his return between the pipes tonight with a big save to keep it scoreless.
Yes, Malota coming up. Right-footed shot. Tried to bend it low, hard into that right left-hand corner, but Morton was there to parry.
This man, Martinez, a force in the first half, created that opportunity there, was stoned by Morton, but he wasn't done yet in creating chances for this Tulsa team.
Martinez again, love going one-on-one down the line and whipping in crosses. Unfortunately, just can't get on the end, redirect that ball to the far post there. Marlone with the header, just inches wide.
And here is as close as St. Louis has come to scoring. They also sent one off the post. Gray, off the corner, just glanced off that right post. And then again, this long shot out from Dakers just rolled wide. So St. Louis FC had some chances, couldn't capitalize, but here is the only goal so far.
Yes, Martinez just laying it on a platter for Bird to step into this shot, and he made no mistake about it. Tried to curl to the far post, take a little bit of deflection. Morton wrong-footed. Tulsa is up 1-0.
It's the first of the year for Eric Bird. It came in the 43rd minute, and that is where we sit right now with St. Louis FC trailing FC Tulsa 1-0. You see the shots, 8-6 in favor of Tulsa, 3-1 as far as shots on target. Possession pretty even, and I would say a pretty even match with obviously the slight edge to FC Tulsa after 45 minutes.
Yeah, but I think Tulsa's done. Yes, I would agree with you, and I think Tulsa's had a little bit more quality of possession in terms of attacking. Playing between the lines, Martinez getting on the ball, the rotation of the top 3 or 4 rather, and finding themselves in good position, especially Martinez in 1v1 situations going down that left-hand side. So I'm pretty sure Coach Trichu would try to make adjustments to tighten up the midfield, squeeze the space between the lines, and not give Tulsa that space to turn and run at the back 4. And then on the other end, add a little bit of energy. We may even see a shift in personnel to see maybe St. Louis brings in a Blackwood or Joaquim Rivas.
Let's take a look at the road ahead for St. Louis FC. Again, they're second place in Group E as it stands tonight. Up next, a rematch with Sporting Kansas City 2. That's a week from tonight. And then they go on the road at Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That's one of that's actually their third and final non-group match of the regular season. And they finish out with 2 against Lou City and 1 more against Sporting Kansas City 2. They're in a good spot right now. You certainly want to be the team that's being chased, not the one doing the chasing. But home points in a format like this, so important which makes this second half all that much bigger.
You hit the nail on the head, and from coaching with Coach Trichu for the last 4 or 5 years, he's always been adamant and emphasizing that we have to take care of your home games. So I'm pretty sure he's going to implore his team to come out, see if they could get that early goal and go on and push on and get the victory.
It seemed like in the first half, especially for FC Tulsa, but to me, Ariel Martinez was the best player on the pitch. So if you're Steve Trichu and you're in that locker room with your team, St. Louis, what's the game plan coming out here in this second half to try and contain him and get this game tied and maybe even get that game win?
Well, I don't think he's going to try to contain him per se, but to have a better team shape in order to deny him those opportunities to receive the ball and turn and go 1v1. So the compactness, the energy definitely has to step up a notch, and they have to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of getting to that ball, intercepting passes, not giving Tulsa enough time and space to get their head up and look and pick those passes out. And then on the other side of it, look to go forward quickly and find spaces on the wing, create those 2v1s like the Paris G and Cicerone situation earlier in the match, and look to get Greg some service into the box.
We saw from those highlights, it's not like St. Louis didn't have the chances. The chances are there, and like we talked to Steve Trichu about earlier this week, it's about finishing those opportunities. And again, here tonight in the first half, they weren't able to. They had one off the post, another one trickled just wide, another big save early on from Sean Lewis. And so the second half here at home, much like they found themselves in the same situation on Wednesday night, having to come back late to earn the point at home. They'll be tasked with doing that again here in this second half. No subs for either side to start the second half. We'll see how much the rain affects things as well. It seems like for the moment the rain has subsided. Dakers. Now Umar plays it back for Kavita. Last we checked, Indy 11, who sits atop Group E, down 1-0 at the half to Lou City, who sit in 4th place in the group. This is Bird, the goal scorer. Ayagua now played back for Zaguro, who came in for the injured Solomon Kwambe.
Tulsa just happy to keep the ball moving here, forcing St. Louis to do a little bit of running without the ball.
Moloto. And a throw in for Tulsa.
I think for Coach Tricher, that was just way too easy to get that ball into those positions, especially when you have players in and around the ball. Do a better job of cutting out those passing lanes going down the line, but Tulsa doing well with possession and finding those little pockets of space to play in.
Bird. Now Ayagua lets it go through for Zaguro.
There's not enough pressure on the back four of Tulsa here. You see Wall stepping up to help Greg up top. This is better from St. Louis. They could keep him going down the line here.
A lot of jersey tugging, and finally the whistle comes.
Yeah, Dicker's doing a good job of putting pressure on the Goro. That's better from St. Louis.
Morton standing over it. Referee says no more. That's one of the advantages, if there are any, of having lighter crowds at these matches. You hear a lot more of what goes on and what gets said down on the pitch.
Sometimes it's a little bit more colorful than you'd like, but this is true.
I'm sure you've been in plenty of those types of conversations in your days coaching, and as a player, for that matter. Cicerone in the corner, pressured by 2 Tulsa defenders, and it's a Tulsa throw-in.
That's one player I think St. Louis definitely has to get a little bit more from him. Cicerone, he has the ability to go at people 1v1, to be dangerous and dynamic in the final third, and just seems like the 3 games in 8 days is taking a little bit of a toll on the team, on the energy levels.
You gotta wonder when the subs will start to make their way in. Here's a long ball, a little bit too long.
Seeing Morton and Fall pushing a little bit higher up the pitch, trying to get in between the lines, and Umar just sitting in the center, directing traffic.
You know, one of the storylines coming in for St. Louis FC was the need to get more out of their midfielders. What's been your assessment of how that group has played in this match so far?
We haven't seen too much combination from the midfield, which means that they're a little bit either far apart, or the balls that are coming into them, they can't play forward or can't find each other. Things getting a little bit physical there. Greg applying pressure to Lewis.
Let's see.
This is just the eagerness to get on the ball. Again, we don't have the vantage point of the referee. But that's better from St. Louis in terms of willingness and wanting to get to the ball.
Player lost an edge. That might cost him. Here comes DaCosta. Morton steps in front of it, and St. Louis can work it free.
Tulsa just unable to take advantage of that. DaCosta is not the fastest player, and he needs support coming up quicker. Just got outnumbered there, and St. Louis come away with the ball.
St. Louis looking for that equalizer. Down 1-0. Eric Bird, his first of the year, scored in the 43rd minute of the first half. Seguro. Into the middle of the no man's land, and Fall had some trouble with it, and then he goes down. And he's grasping that left knee.
Yeah, he went down in a heap there. This doesn't look that good. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looked right now. You can see on the replay, he just controls the ball, tries to get it back across Bird.
It looked like there might have been some knee-to-knee contact there.
Yeah, those aren't fun.
Here's one more look at it.
He just tries to come back to the other side.
Oof, yeah.
Ooh, just a little knee-to-knee action. That sharp pain hits you.
Not the best feeling, I would imagine.
No.
Saying is rub some dirt on it, but we're on an artificial surface, so there is no dirt to rub on anything. And of course, we hope that Wallfall is okay. Knee-to-knee contact, never fun. Especially when that area of the leg's exposed. Deflected up, and that's a corner.
It's a little bit better on the free kick. Looks like it was going to be on target. Converse to the first two from similar positions.
Fall still battling with that knee right now, trying to work through it. Here's the corner, in swinger. Fink ran right past it.
Yes. St. Louis FC dangerous on restarts in the last couple games. Got a tying goal out of Fanny Cavita last game from a restart. So Tulsa has to pay attention, be aware.
Fink had that header go out. Not much doing for either side in the start of this second half. It's almost as if they're trying to feel each other out, even though they played the whole first half.
Well, Tulsa's in the driver's seat, and you know it's incumbent upon St. Louis to really get things going. Tulsa is happy to play keep possession, just move the ball around and wait for their opportunities. St. Louis has to get on the front foot here and ask questions in the midfield and up front.
Such an advantage to be the road team playing with a lead, especially at a time, you know, as the time winds down in the first half, we saw both teams come very close to scoring before the Eric Berg goal, and then it takes a deflection that Morton had no chance on, and now it's about how St. Louis can respond here at home. Big 3 points on the line for both teams. St. Louis FC has never lost at home to FC Tulsa. And Tulsa trying to remain unbeaten, one of 4 in USL Championship this year.
And a little 4-on-4 match here going forward.
Molodo has to chase it down. Bryan on him. Martinez. Back for Zaguro. Not enough on that one. Defended nicely. Umar plays it back for Kavita. Back for Umar, wearing that Rip Hamilton mask. Sends one down the far side. Handled. And then not handled.
Those are the type of situations that St. Louis wants even more of. Changing the point of attack, getting the ball to Cicerone one-on-one. Just sort of unable to beat his man. And Tulsa got the ball to counter. Fanuel Kavita again in the right place at the right time, stopping the ball high upfield. As you see, Coach Trichu contemplating what shifts and moves. He made some moves in the last game against Sporting Kansas City 2 in and around the 60th minute, which helped St. Louis to get back on the front foot. Pretty sure he's contemplating doing something similar again.
Josh Appel, Wolde Harris with you from West Community Stadium in Fenton, Missouri. 1-0. St. Louis FC trails. Second game in 72 hours, second of 3 in 8 days. Just kidding, math is hard. It's their third in 8 days. They'll have the entire week off before their next match next week against Sporting Kansas City 2.
Yeah, just a little bit of fatigue showing, especially in the middle of the park.
Martinez went down and play continues. St. Louis take advantage. Here's the cross deflected, and now it'll be a corner. Surprised they let play. Surprised to see that they let play go on, and we'll take a look at what happened to Martinez.
Well, Martinez just an incidental collision there with Fanuel Kavita. Not to take anything away from the amount of pain he's feeling, but I don't think the challenge was malicious.
So Martinez, who we talked about, arguably the best player on the pitch in the first half, set up the Eric Berg goal and almost facilitated a couple others.
He's been pretty dynamic, coming in inside, going back outside, so it's very hard to track. And with a player of his skill level, you know, he could definitely do damage and ask questions of that back four.
Cuba national team vet, 29 goals, 26 assists, and 54 appearances. 23 goals and 16 assists over the last 4 years with Miami FC before joining FC Tulsa. He's one of those acquisitions that's made Tulsa a ton better this year. To take another look at this.
As I said, colorful language.
You know, it's nice to hear booing again. Fans back in the stadium, socially distancing, not to capacity, obviously, and they're all wearing their masks. Could still boo through a mask.
Nice to hear fans again.
That's for sure. So Morton will take the corner. Martinez is okay. The corner in, settling down, and a whistle. And again, the chippiness continues. But you see the nice little hug there. Pat on the back. Everybody's okay. And a yellow is issued.
I believe that was to Garcia, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it is to Garcia. Garcia gets the yellow.
Is that for an earlier challenge or?
Not sure, but Ariel Martinez has his hands up into the air saying, well, where was the yellow right before? He wanted one prior. Play continues. Tulsa wanted a handball. '60th minute.
Dangerous play there from Maloto.
And now Morton goes down.
A yellow card caution has been issued to FC Tulsa number 15, Kevin Garcia, in the 59th minute.
You know, for two teams not in the same group, it's been very chippy.
Well, very competitive.
Which you like to see, of course.
Right.
Nice move by Cicerone. Nobody home, though, for the cross.
Easy collect there by Lewis. Pushing everybody up the pitch.
DaCosta missed the header. And now St. Louis and Fink. Dangerous. Martinez was creeping up. St. Louis FC, Cicerone. His pass, no green shirts in the area.
Yeah, the attack has just been a little bit disjointed when the balls get wide to Cicerone. Just hasn't been any support coming underneath or up front to get behind Tulsa's back line. He has to do it, and then the numbers just skew in Tulsa's favor.
Gregg trying to get around the corner, puts on the brakes, then gets leveled. And there's the whistle. For a moment, it looked like there was going to be none. And that's the right call.
Delay call there, but the right call all the same. And that's better from St. Louis, better from Gregg. Running behind in between the outside back and the center back. Asking questions of the back four. Garcia ushers him back. But unfortunately, his compatriot there came in with a high hand or a high arm.
See Eric Bird, the goal scorer for FC Tulsa. Gregg trying to find the equalizer off this set piece. Morton will send it in.
Very dangerous on free kicks, Morton, especially from this area. Puts in a quality ball. It's really all about his teammates getting on the end of it.
Here it comes. Kept alive for the moment. Wharton sends another one in. Here's a chance. Here's a shot blocked away. That's quality defensive work.
Yes, again, it's that man, Fanny Kavita. Find himself alone on the back post. Tries to get a shot off, but there's a defender in the way.
Leaving the game, number 13,
blocking the shot.
Dakers. Also leaving the game, number 22, Kyle Gregg.
So Gregg will exit. Blackwood will enter.
Hey, Steve, I need my bag.
Entering the game,
Dakers
10,
exits.
Sam.
And then Moore Sam will enter as well.
53rd minute.
This is adding a lot more speed to the lineup, especially up front and in a wide right position. Sam, very dangerous 1v1. And of course, the man that's leading St. Louis in goal scoring, Blackwood, coming on. See if they can add to his tally.
Sam just off the bench. Tyler Blackwood, a fellow USF, University of South Florida alum. Been a pro for a while, though, and has been quite the goal scorer in his professional career.
Blackwood thought he earned himself a corner there, but he was actually offsides right before the ball came to him.
Blackwood played well on Wednesday. Joined the team in August of 2019, scored 6 goals over his 13 appearances.
A reminder, fans, that alcohol sales
And
will end at the 70th minute.
overall in his last 19 games, 9 goals and 2 assists. So he's getting on the score sheet, and he's been the catalyst offensively over the last 19 games for this St. Louis FC team.
Combination of speed, skill, and a nose for the goal. St. Louis will be looking for him to get on the end of things in the last couple minutes of this game.
He hopes to be the hero in this one, depositing the equalizer and maybe even the go-ahead. 65th minute, St. Louis in search of that equalizer. Will it come here? Fink. His cross was blocked. They get it back. Cross, Blackwood in the area. Sam trying to chase it down. Overran it. And Zaguro sends it the other way.
Yes, that was a lot better from St. Louis, getting the ball, changing the point of attack again, getting Cicerone on it. Whipped in the ball, but just didn't have anybody on the end of it.
Morton, a good idea there. Just a little bit too far out of the reach of Cicerone. Another substitution brought to you by Cigna. Dario Suarez will come in for FC Tulsa. Ayagua will exit. So interesting to see how this lineup changes for Tulsa. Not going defender for defender there.
Right, so they'll shift to a back 4 instead of the back 5 that started the game. And just added Suarez up front in order to get some help for the Costa.
He has one of the better nicknames I think I've heard, Super Dario.
That's the first time I'm hearing that one, to be honest.
He got that back in his early pro career. Spent last year with Miami FC, 4 appearances with the Cuban national team. Scored 23 goals and had 11 assists in his 2 years with Miami FC, and now he finds himself with FC Tulsa. Cross in. Malotto has to retreat. Morton trying to start it on the counter. This is Blackwood. Morton in the middle. Now to the near side, Cicerone sends a cross in. Blackwood is there. Blackwood for Fall. Tried to flick for Morton. Blackwood will have to chase it down. 68th minute. St. Louis FC in search of the tying goal. Cicerone retreats. Cross low, cleared away. And a throw in for St. Louis.
It's better from St. Louis. The tempo has just picked up since the two substitutions. And they're putting Tulsa on the back foot.
Fink ahead for Bryan, and that's out. Over the touchline, a throw in for St. Louis.
St. Louis just piling on the pressure here. Going to take advantage of any space they can find in the attacking third.
Bryan, the long throw in, looking for Blackwood. It's deflected up, not out. Here's a flick on by Kavita, just over the bar.
Again, Kavita coming up from his center back position, playing a 1-2, getting the ball back. Forced the shot a little bit, but a shot on goal all the same. Here he is playing a 1-2 with Sam. just couldn't get it to dip below the crossbar.
Nice idea, though. Las Vegas takes center stage August 25th when Lights FC takes on Orange County SC on ESPN Deportes. Looking to maintain the pace set in Group B. Both Las Vegas Lights FC and Orange County SC face a must-win on the national stage. Don't miss the drama unfold August 25th at 10 p.m. on ESPN Deportes. Here in Fenton, Missouri, West Community Stadium, it's 1-0. FC Tulsa on the goal by Bird in the 43rd minute. Both these teams in second place in their groups. St. Louis trying to get at least a point at home. Long ball for Blackwood, trying to chase it down. Gotten to first by Bourgeois.
As the game opening up a little bit, as you see both teams a little bit stretched. St. Louis finding space on the flanks to play.
Morton had a ton of space. Surprised there was no pass there. Instead, trying to go 1-on-2. Morton ends up with it regardless.
Yeah, there's
somewhere to go with it.
No movement in advance of the ball.
Sam off the bench. For Umar. Into the middle. Not enough on that from Fall. Needs to be a better touch.
Oh, definitely. The ball needs to move a lot quicker as well. You could hear Coach Stritcher yelling quicker. Ball just moving a little bit slow, and the movement up front needs to be a lot better for St. Louis.
Do you have a solid game plan for your financial future? At Edward Jones, they craft investment strategies that are as individual as you are. Edward Jones, 71st minute, still 1-0. Time, still plenty of it, but keeps on ticking. We'll say this, it took until the very latter stages the other night for St. Louis to get that equalizer, as Brian with a nice effort keeps it in play. So don't count St. Louis out until the final whistle, that's for sure.
Literally the last kick of the game.
No, sir, that's exactly what happened on Wednesday. Sure, Sporting Kansas City too thought they were getting out with a 3-point game on the road, and they walk away with one. I know St. Louis at home probably, and Steve Tritcher said this to us, they thought they deserved 3 in that game, but they'll take the 1 as we take a look at that foul just now.
Yes, Morton just looking to get behind the defense. Just impeded a little bit there. Bit fortuitous on the call, to be honest. But again, another opportunity for St. Louis to put the ball in a dangerous area off a set piece.
And now Martinez gets the yellow. He's been in the air all night of the referee.
Yeah. Referee just saying, hey, I hear you, but you're a little bit too close to the ball. You need to give those 10 yards immediately. You can argue all you want.
I hear you, but I don't hear you. Here's a card. Morton standing over it. Big 3 points on the line here tonight for both these teams. Tulsa, one of 4 unbeatens remaining in USL Championship. And St. Louis has never lost at home to FC Tulsa. Flicked on, nobody there though for St. Louis.
A yellow card caution has been issued to FC Tulsa's number 6, Ariel Martinez, in the 72nd minute.
Rough touch there, and here comes FC Tulsa on the counter. Marlone, but a poor touch of his own allowed St. Louis to recover.
Yeah, great recovery run there from Umar. Tough pass across, got intercepted, but Marlone just didn't have the wheels to get by Umar, and he recovered perfectly to recover the ball, and now here comes St. Louis on the attack.
You could see Brian didn't agree with Wharton's decision there to move it back. It seemed like he wanted to keep going forward. You hear tempo, tempo, come on from the St. Louis sideline.
Yes, they definitely need to pick up the speed of play and ask questions of that St. Louis midfield in the back 4. Getting in past G, getting in these 1v1 situations. Unfortunately, the cross is a little bit more to be left to be desired.
Fall, who hasn't really shown that explosiveness since he went knee to knee earlier. That'll be a corner kick for St. Louis.
Yeah, I've watched St. Louis before, and to be honest, in the past couple of games, they've been a lot more explosive. So I think definitely fatigue is playing a little bit of a factor in the speed of play for them. But they're still creating. They're still creating chances. They're still breaking Tulsa down on the outsides and getting those 1v1 situations. It's really just about creating that one opportunity to get themselves on the board.
Morton, his corner, header on, punched away. Umar flips it in. And a whistle going the other way. And a yellow for Tyler Blackwood.
Not sure why Tyler Blackwood picked up the yellow card there, but it was a great service from Morton. Unfortunately, there were just no green shirts to crash in front of the keeper.
Yellow card caution has been issued to St. Louis FC's number 14, Tyler Blackwood.
So you watch his ball gets curled into the dangerous position. Fanny Kavita gets up in front of the keeper, but Lewis is there to clear unscathed.
Much of the second half has taken place on that FC Tulsa half of the field, but as you alluded to earlier, you're playing with that 1-0 lead. You're content when it's, you know, you're kind of keeping them in non-threatening areas.
Well, not only a 1-0 lead, a 1-0 lead on the road.
Exactly. Another Cigna substitution. St. Louis, Joaquin Rivas will come in for Oscar Umar.
Number 11,
and this is a guy you were excited to see coming in.
Yeah, I think he adds a lot of technical ability to the game, the ability to create 1v1, especially in the middle of the park. He loves running at defenders, breaking them down, can play good combinations, and obviously can finish at the end. So St. Louis will look for Joaquin Rivas to add much more to their attack.
Paris G might have been offside. That was Rivas right off the bench. He was off.
Looking to make an instant impact, Rivas.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The referee has indicated a hydration break will commence.
So a hydration break here in the second half.
Thank you.
We're in the 77th minute, still 1-0 Tulsa over St. Louis. Wolde, what has to happen here in this final 14 or so minutes before stoppage time for St. Louis to get this equalizer?
Well, they're getting the ball in good positions wide, especially on the left-hand side, going down with Cicerone. They just need more numbers in the box and quality service. Even from the set pieces, the service has been erratic, so to speak. A couple of them, you know, far from anybody that's on the St. Louis team. They just need to put more balls in dangerous areas, especially from the set pieces. But they need, in general, more numbers in the box, especially when the balls are coming in from the wide positions.
So we talked earlier about the dramatics late on Wednesday night. Here's how St. Louis equalized in stoppage time. Burner, the starter in goal on Wednesday, got the first header on it. After another deflection, it was Kavita who finally got it into the back of the net and earned the home point. In the 96th minute. St. Louis FC have any of that kind of magic left here tonight?
We'll have to wait to see. Hopefully they do. That man there, your goal scorer. We'll see if they could do it again.
Some more substitutions presented by Cigna. 2 for Tulsa. Christian Altamirano and Callum Chapman-Page will enter.
Altamirano loves to go 1v1. So Tulsa looking to get another player in the attack that can hold the ball up, go at players 1v1, ask questions of the back four, especially on the outside, and maybe even nick a second goal with 11 minutes and change to go.
So it's Martinez who assisted on the lone goal tonight. who exits in favor of Altamirano.
Very effective for Tulsa tonight, Martinez, especially in the first half.
He was, again, the best player on the pitch. Made some plays that almost ended up in the back of the net before his assist on the Bird goal.
Number 11, Kristen Altamirano. Also leaving the game, number 6, Ariel Martinez. And entering the game, number 5, Callum Chapman-Page. In the 79th minute.
80th minute here at West Community Stadium. Cicerone at the edge of the 18. His shot was blocked. Morton steps up. Morton makes a move to his left. Now to the near side for Bryan. Bryan with the left foot into the box. Headed away and then cleared, but Morton keeps it alive. Rivas to the far side. G sends one in. Sam chases it down. Kept in. Bryan went down. No call. Here comes Tulsa. And they're content to just send it all the way down as the clock keeps on ticking.
Yeah, Tulsa just encamped, entrenched in their deep in their defensive third, making it difficult for St. Louis to play through, especially at the top of the box. Ball goes wide and service in, but Tulsa has the numbers in the box in order to clear it.
Morton. Fink. With some space. Now for Sam. Rivas. To the far side, Paris G. Make that Cicerone. We've seen him on both wings in this second half. And there's a whistle there.
And another restart opportunity for St. Louis. Tulsa playing with 5 at the back, 4 in midfield, just keeping those lines really tight and making it difficult for the entry balls to come in without opposition. See if St. Louis can get on the end of things here.
Service in. Here's a header sitting there, and it's Sean Lewis dives on it.
Yes,
that close.
Kavita just didn't get as much as he'd like on that one, wanting that one back. Great service in from Morton. Those situation coach always says, put it where the ball's coming from.
Chapman-Page lucky that didn't take a bad bounce off his arm or his hand.
Yes, but Lewis alert.
He's been good tonight.
Yes,
when called upon.
Right place, right time. Not tested all that much. There's a lot of crosses into the box, but except for the 2-3 shots from Dakers, hasn't been tested that much.
Tulsa on the move. Oh, that would have iced it.
Altamirano having an excellent opportunity there to put Tulsa up 2-0 on a quick restart. You can see a quick restart here from Suarez, just playing it down the line to Altamirano in the box all alone, but his shot goes wide left.
Lewis let some extra seconds tick off before he picked it up. 83rd minute, time running out for St. Louis. Certainly don't want to drop one at home. However, you know, not the worst thing in the world if they come away empty here, because again, this is not an intergroup match. That's an easy call. Jersey pull by Bryan. That's an easy yellow.
Yeah, just lost the ball there, Bryan. A dangerous spot and didn't want to give up the counterattack.
The yellow card to Richard Bryant.
Number 23, Richard Bryant.
Score the winning goal at Maryville with personalized education, nationally ranked academics, and Division II athletics. Learn more at maryville.edu. Maryville, many connections, one you.
Sure, Coach Tritchu won't be happy with the play there, as Brian lost the ball. Not really under any pressure, gave up possession, and then ultimately committing a foul on the other side.
I'm not sure much else needs to be added. Just let the crowd take over from here. 85th minute. St. Louis has never lost at home. To FC Tulsa. They certainly lost at home, just not to FC Tulsa. Well, they are unbeaten there this year. Here they come back the other way. This is Dario Suarez. Suarez trying to ice it, and he sends it off the post.
Just inches wide again. Suarez just pulling that ball just a little bit to the left, that left upright. Getting in all alone on the left peg, gets his head up, sees Morton. Morton has good position, good angles, forcing Suarez to push that ball wide. Again, another opportunity for Tulsa to go up.
Gotta wonder if St. Louis can take advantage of the missed opportunities to put this game away by Tulsa. Don't get many better opportunities than the two that Tulsa has had between Altamirano and now Suarez here in the last few minutes. Blackwood trying to get there, couldn't in time. Surprised there wasn't a whistle there. They play on.
Yeah, I guess the ref just saw incidental contact or players just coming together. Could have easily been a foul, but we play on.
Fall for Bryant. Now to the near side, Sam. Sam with a left-footed cross into the box, but right to Sean Lewis.
Again, Tulsa outnumbering St. Louis in the box, and Lewis taking up a good position there, and an easy catch and hold for him.
Into no man's land, then taken back away. Whoa.
Just sloppy play from Tulsa right there. Unsportsmanlike right here from the Costa.
There's just no reason for that, though.
Exactly. The referee was right on the spot.
Daniel Fisher will come in off the bench. Another Cigna substitution for St. Louis FC. Brian comes off.
Number 16, Rodrigo da Costa, in the 87th minute.
Just careless. I mean, Steve Tritchu's right there. That could have ended very badly.
Glad that it didn't.
Absolutely.
St. Louis FC leading the game number 23, Richard Bryan, entering the game number 6.
And there you see the Cigna substitution. Fisher for Bryant.
In the 87th minute.
St. Louis have one last push in these final moments. Moloto for Suarez. Back for Moloto. Now Zaguro. Rivas. Fans, follow your team and the rest of USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Glad you could join us on ESPN Plus tonight and in St. Louis as well. If you're watching in Tulsa, welcome as well. Line down here. St. Louis looking for some late game magic once again.
Tulsa just happy to sit back and pick balls off, defend deep, and then look to counter, especially late in the game. Not in any rush to go forward here, Tulsa.
DaCosta's just waiting on somebody to come over to him. Mazagoro with Blackwood on his back, and he's dispossessed by Blackwood. Nice play. Play continues. A few moments like that tonight. And now the whistle.
Dangerous challenge there from Kavita, but he looks to play the ball. Didn't look to go over the ball or play the man, but he played the ball. So I guess the referee is saying incidental contact. Unfortunate there for, I'm not sure the player that's down, but hopefully he can recover.
Zagoro is the one who went down. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League, kicking off in spring 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. In the 90th minute, we'll see how much stoppage time gets added. Blackwood flicks it forward. Nobody there, though, for St. Louis.
The fourth official has indicated 6 minutes of
6 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time is presented by Paycor. Need more time in your business? Contact Paycor to handle your payroll and human resource needs. Tulsa trying to hang on. This was the same situation as on Wednesday. Suarez tees it up. There will be no late equalizer tonight for St. Louis. Suarez puts this one to bed in the 91st minute. Tulsa about to take a huge 3 points on the road.
There's this man again. Can't give him this type of opportunity, time and space to get his head up at the top of the box. Picks his corner. Brilliant strike to the low right-hand corner of the goal. Suarez making it 2-0 for Tulsa.
Super Dario doing it his first of the year. And you look at the 2 goals scored tonight from Tulsa. In the 43rd minute near the end of the first half by Eric Bird. And now here in stoppage time late in the second half, it's Dario who gets it done and all but ices this one.
You can't help but think that fatigue has a big role to play in this game, especially for St. Louis, as they haven't looked as sharp as they've looked in the past.
Certainly not.
Tulsa's just taking advantage of those spaces, and to give a player of Suarez's quality that type of opportunity late in the game is just
can't happen.
Tough.
You get desperation, but you don't want to leave somebody like that with all that room, because you got lucky the first time. He's not going to miss twice.
Right. But credit to Coach NCN and his coaching staff for coming up with this game plan. I think they've come out and executed well.
I'm with you, yeah.
They stayed compact defensively, albeit deep in their half, and were able to counter, especially late in the game as the legs wore on and St. Louis tried to push for that equalizer. They were able to capitalize going forward on a counterattack. Suarez finishing off. Great technique to the far post.
So where does St. Louis FC go from here? They have Sporting KC 2 again coming up next Saturday. What needs to happen to stay in second place here in this group?
Well, one thing is that they'll have intrinsic motivation because Sporting KC is right behind them.
Right.
So they'll have to come out and play. And the other advantage is that they just saw them this past Wednesday, so they'll know what they have up their sleeves in terms of tactics. And hopefully Coach Trichu and the boys can adjust and come out and get a more positive result.
Seguro, for the second time, went down. See Wall fall there, a frustrating night for him. Frustrating night for everybody in green. Altamirano, he tees it up, and Morton keeps this at 2-0.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen late in the game as St. Louis tries to push forward. Those spaces are going to open up for the counterattack for Tulsa. Altamirano getting 2 quick chances as he's just come off the bench. Fortunately for St. Louis, Morton was in the right place at the right time.
Corner upcoming for Tulsa, and they will take their sweet time getting there.
Yeah, it's been a tough night for St. Louis. As we look at Altamirano getting in behind the defense here. Here, Trigger. Love to see him take another touch into the box and force the St. Louis defenders to make a play on the ball as he is ahead, but chose to take the shot. Got a corner kick out of it, and time ticks forward for Tulsa.
St. Louis running out of time tonight. Can't win them all, but certainly this one hurts. But again, not a Group E matchup. So in the grand scheme of things, they don't lose any ground to anybody above them or below them. They just have to hope that they get some help.
But they certainly don't make up ground on Indy 11. And
no question. And they were down at half to Lou City.
And that's what Coach Stritchu wants. That's what St. Louis was looking forward to doing tonight. That'll have to wait for the next match.
It's 1-1 right now in stoppage time, Lou City and Indy 11. So Indy is going to get a point most likely unless something crazy happens there at the end. Lou City is going to earn their 7, so now they are 3 points behind Tulsa if that 1-1 score holds. G went down, courtesy of Super Dario, who had the second goal tonight in stoppage time. Cicerone, who had some flashes tonight, but really nothing too impactful.
Yeah, saw quite a bit of the ball on the left-hand side, now switching to the right. But not necessarily in dangerous positions where you could get a shot off at goal or play combination play and get into the boxers. On the peripheral, on the outsides, and swung in a couple good balls, but just didn't have St. Louis just didn't have the numbers in the box to capitalize on those crosses from Cicerone.
Awaiting the final whistle at any moment. 2-0 FC Tulsa over St. Louis FC on a disappointing night. Eric Bird with the first goal in the 43rd minute, his first of the year, and then Dario Suarez iced it in the 91st with his first of the year. Fisher.
See if St. Louis can pull one back here at the death.
And there is the final whistle. A frustrating night ends for St. Louis FC, but a strong road performance for Michael Encien's FC Tulsa. They remain unbeaten on the season. They earn the tough, hard-fought road 3 points, improving to 2-0-2. St. Louis FC falls to 3-3-1. Back with postgame after this.
So how is it?
Great.
Do you think he's ready for a debit card?
Mm-hmm.
He's on a roll.
Mm-hmm. The Greenlight app and debit card makes it easy to manage your kids' money and brings you peace of mind.
He has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
With Greenlight, kids form smart money habits that prepare them for their futures.
Did you know about this?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Greenlight, all the tools you need to raise financially smart kids.
Welcome back to West Community Stadium. Edward Jones presents tonight's final score, a disappointing one for St. Louis FC, as FC Tulsa gets the strong road 3 points, 2-0 over St. Louis. Time for tonight's highlights. Let's start in the first half. Opportunities each way. This man Martinez was the best player on the pitch in the first 45 minutes.
Oh, definitely. 1v1, it was a handful for St. Louis, and he caused a lot of problems. Getting shots off, getting crosses into the box. Didn't really have a solution for Martinez. Again, involved in all aspects of the play going forward for Tulsa. Crossing to the back post. Opportunity there for Marlon.
If FC Tulsa was threatening tonight, it was because of something that Martinez did. As he sets up Bird for the icebreaker in the 43rd minute. The all-important road goal. Tulsa.
Just lays it out on the platter. Bird just steps into it, strokes it. Probably got a little bit of a deflection here. Wrong foot Morton. But that being said, they're in the right positions. Good shots.
And St. Louis in the second half, they put pressure on, but never really threatened with a golden chance. This was one of their better ones.
And that's a center back. That's Kavita coming up from the back, playing a 1-2 on top of the box with Sam. Getting it back here, trying to get it out of his feet. It's a little bit under him, doing the best he can to get it down, but just couldn't.
Kavita, a chance at the header there, couldn't quite get to it. And then Lewis jumped on it. One more look. Again, they really didn't put and get any much more pressure than those two opportunities. And then it was FC Tulsa trying to ice it. First, it was Altamirano, who just sent it wide. And then Dario Suarez, we'll see in just a moment, he actually started that play. But Suarez had two chances. Here was the first one. Unsuccessful wide, off the post as well. But he didn't miss on the second chance to ice the game.
Right, two bites at the apple. This one coming off the left boot, just inches wide, kissing off the post and going wide. But the second one that you'll see coming up here again, Altamirano providing the ball on his right peg, smacks it to the low right-hand side of the goalkeeper, finding the corner of the net.
And that was all she wrote, clinching the 3 points in the 91st minute. Not much else St. Louis could do. You could already feel the wind kind of coming out of their sails, but that one, ultimately the deflator as we take a look at our full-time stats. Shots were even, but just one on target for St. Louis tonight. 1 out of 13 shot attempts.
It says a lot when your center back is getting the chances.
What do you make of the possession difference? Obviously, in the second half, Tulsa was conceding the possession, willing to play back and just get aggressive when they had to. But to me, I mean, if you're Michael Ncien, you look at these numbers and you got to be so pleased with the defensive work from FC Tulsa.
Yeah, I think he's going to be happy with the performance. I mean, for me, he's going to give up possession, you know, but in non-threatening areas.
Right.
And on the road, that's fine. You know, especially to a team with the players that St. Louis has up front that can hurt you, and then getting a counter and that go ahead, that second goal towards the end of the game just iced things off for him.
Tonight's man of the match is presented by Pleats Cleaners. Man of the match for St. Louis FC, Kadeem Dakers, had a couple of opportunities. One of the better forwards today, and guys playing up front for St. Louis FC. Selected by our broadcast crew, he's our man of the match. Follow St. Louis FC on Twitter to vote in the Pleats Man of the Match poll. That'll do it for us here from Fenton, Missouri at West Community Stadium. A disappointing night for Steve Trichu and St. Louis FC. Our Edward Jones final score once again, FC Tulsa 2 and St. Louis FC 0. St. Louis back at it next Saturday against Sporting KC 2. Another Group E matchup. Top two teams in each group make the playoffs. St. Louis right now in that 2 spot, hanging on by a thread. For Walde Harris and our entire crew, this is Josh Appel saying so long from West Community Stadium, where once again, FC Tulsa victorious over St. Louis FC by a final of 2-0. Thanks for watching.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.